Chapter 13. I have seen all of this with my own eyes. My friends, I am not less than you. I also know what you know. But I want to speak with the Almighty and present my case before Him. You cover up your ignorance with lies. You are like doctors who heal no one. If you would only remain silent, you could be considered wise. Now listen to my defense. Pay attention to my arguments. Are you going to speak lies in God's defense? Will you use deceitful words on His behalf? Will you take His side? Will you argue His case in court? Would it go well for you if He examined you? Do you really think you can deceive God as you deceive people? If you act unjustly, even in secret, He will surely rebuke you. His majesty will terrify you, and His dread will fall upon you. The old sayings you quote are like ashes, they are worthless. Your defenses are as weak as clay walls. Be silent now and let me speak, whatever may happen. I am ready to risk my life, ready to face death. I have no more hope, for God will kill me. Yet even so, I will defend my ways before Him. Perhaps this boldness will save me, for no wicked person would dare come into His presence. Listen carefully to my words. Pay attention to my explanation. I am prepared to present my case, and I know I am in the right. But if God asks, who dares argue with me in court, then I would have to be silent and die. Oh God, I ask only two things of you. Grant them and I will not hide from you. Do not punish me anymore and do not fill me with such terror. Call me to the court and I will answer. Or let me speak first and you reply. How many faults and sins have I committed? What offenses and sins am I accused of? Why do you hide from me? Why do you treat me as an enemy? I am like a leaf blown by the wind. Why do you frighten me? I am like dry straw. Why do you pursue me? You write bitter accusations against me and want me to pay for the sins of my youth. You fasten my feet with chains, you watch all my paths, and you examine every footprint I leave behind. So I waste away like rotten wood, like a garment eaten by moths. Chapter 14. We are all weak from birth. Our life is short and full of trouble. Human beings are like a flower that blooms and quickly withers. Like a shadow they pass and disappear. We are nothing. So why do you pay attention to us? And who am I that you bring me into judgment? A human being who is impure can never produce anything pure. You have already determined how many months and days each person will live. This is decided, and no one can change it. Stop watching us so closely, and let us have some peace, until our appointed time comes to an end, like the day of a hired worker. For a tree there is hope. If it is cut down, it will sprout again and live once more. Even if its roots grow old and its stump dies in the ground, with just a little water, it will bud and send out shoots like a new plant. But when a person dies, he is finished. After giving up his breath, where does he go? Like lakes that dry up and like rivers that cease to flow, so while the heavens endure, we all will die. We will sleep the sleep of death and never rise again. If only you would place me in the realm of the dead and hide me there until your anger is past, and then set a time to remember me. But will anyone live again after dying? As for me, I will wait for better days, until my struggles come to an end. Then you will call, and I will answer, and you will delight in me, for you created me. You will watch over me so that I do not stray. Instead of constantly observing me to catch my sins, you will forget my wrongdoing and erase my faults. But just as mountains crumble and rocks are moved from their places, and just as water wears away stones and floods wash away the soil, so you destroy human hope. You overpower a person and he is gone forever. You change his appearance and send him away from this world. If his children receive honor, he does not know it. And if they fall into disgrace, he has no awareness of it. He feels only the pain of his own body and the sorrow of his own spirit. Chapter 15. Then Eliphaz from the region of Timon replied. He said that a wise man does not answer with empty words or become filled with opinions that have no value. A wise person would not speak useless words or defend himself with worthless arguments. But Job was trying to destroy the sense of devotion to God. If it depended on him, no one would pray to God. Eliphaz said that Job spoke like that because of his sin, and that he was trying to deceive others with his words. He added that he did not need to accuse Job because Job's own words condemned him. He asked if Job thought he was the first human ever born, or if he had come into the world before the mountains. He asked if Job knew God's secret plans or if wisdom belonged only to him. Did Job know something they did not know or understand things better than they did? Everything they knew had been learned from elderly people who were born long before Job's father. Eliphaz asked why Job refused to accept the comfort that God offered him, since they were speaking kindly to him in God's name. He asked why Job allowed his heart to lead him into such attitudes, why he showed looks of hatred, and why he was revolting in anger against God. Why did he complain like that? Could anyone be pure? Could any person be righteous before God? If God did not trust his angels, and even the heavens were not pure in his sight, what could be said of a human being impure and filthy who drinks sin like water? Eliphaz told Job to listen as he explained what he had seen. He said that the wise teach the truths they learned from their fathers, who lived in a land that had not been influenced by foreigners. The wicked person who persecutes others lives tormented throughout his life. Voices of terror fill his ears, and when he thinks he is safe, bandits attack him. They have no hope of escaping the darkness of death, for a blade is ready to kill them. Vultures wait to devour their bodies, and they know the day of darkness is near. They are overwhelmed by anguish and affliction, like a king who expects an attack from his enemies. All this happens because the wicked person raises his hand against God and challenges the Almighty. He is rebellious and protected by a heavy shield, throws himself against God. His eyes are proud and his heart is selfish. Eliphaz said that this wicked man had conquered cities and taken the houses abandoned by their residents. But these cities and houses would become piles of ruins. He would not remain rich for long, and he would lose everything he had. Even his shadow would disappear from the earth. He said that the wicked would not escape darkness. It would be like a tree whose branches were burned and whose flowers were carried away by the wind. Because they lack wisdom and trust in lies, those very lies would become their reward. They would wither before their time, like a branch that dries up and never becomes green again. They would be like a vine that drops its grapes while still green, or an olive tree that lets its blossoms fall. Eliphaz concluded that the wicked would have no descendants, and that fire would destroy the houses of the dishonest. They plan evil, do what is wrong, and only think of deceiving others. Chapter 16. Then Job replied. He said he had already heard all of that before, and instead of being comforted, they were tormenting him. He asked if those foolish words would ever end, and why they would not stop provoking him. He said that if they were in his place, he could say the same things they were saying.
Yes.
He could shake his head as if he were wise, and crush them with a flood of words. Or he could speak words of encouragement and comfort to ease their suffering. But whether he spoke or stayed silent, his pain did not diminish. He said, "You, O God, have left me without strength and have destroyed my entire family. You have put me in a condition that makes people accuse me. I have become skin and bones, and because of this, others think I am guilty. In your anger, you have completely crushed me. You look at me with hostility and chase after me like a wild animal, threatening me. Everyone threatens me, mocks me with open mouths, and strikes me to humiliate me. God has handed me over to evil men and made me fall into the hands of the wicked. I lived in peace, but he crushed me. God seized me by the neck and broke me. He made me his target and shot his arrows at me from every side. They pierced my kidneys without mercy, and my bile spilled on the ground. Like a soldier attacking, he advanced against me and shattered me with blow after blow. In sorrow, I put on rough cloth and sat in the dust, humiliated. I have cried so much that my face burns and my eyes are dark and sunken. Yet I was never violent, and my prayers were always sincere," he continued. "O earth, do not hide the injustice done against me. Do not let my cry for justice be silenced. I know that in heaven I have someone who defends me. My advocate is there. My friends mock me, but I turn to God with tears in my eyes. Just as someone defends a friend, I need someone to defend my cause before God. My years are numbered, and I am going down a path from which there is no return. I am going down a path that has no return.